Hey YouTube, what's happening?
YouTube!
We are talking about love languages. If you have no idea what that is,
you better find out.
you better find out.
And you know what? We're gonna put well, there was a book, Love Languages. I forgot who the author was.
I think Eric Chapman.
However, we'll put the link in the
singer?
description.
That's Eric
No,
Clapton.
that's a singer. But we're gonna put the link to the Love Languages book in the description, so you
Really
guys
just
can
a
get
link
it if
to
you
the
don't have
quiz.
it. Yeah, and a link to the quiz.
Oh, the book and the quiz.
We'll do them both. But
It's a quiz.
tell them about love languages.
We were sitting here a couple weeks ago thinking about this, and we've been talking a lot. If you saw our last video on marriage and making it work, we did talk a lot about intentionality and what we've had to work on. Well, this kind of fits in this topic of intentionality, and there are 5 love languages when you take this quiz. And it's basically how we, like, if you take it, it's how...
I like to make you explain stuff because then I'll watch you explain it, and then I'm like, okay, let me explain it.
Oh my gosh! It's a love language test. What else do you need to know?
Language test, and the point of the test is to tell you how you receive love, so that you can share that information with your in your relationships and your marriage and stuff, to help you better communicate with each other, so that you know how the other person receives love and you can give love to them in that way.
Boom.
And there are 5 ways. 5 ways that you can give love or show love according to the love languages. And what are they?
Tell them.
What are they?
One is personal touch. So, you already know.
Yep, and if you're like this, if you're cringy right now,
Then
that's not your love language.
your love language.
What's the other one?
Number 2, words of affirmation, which is, you know, you like to be built up with words and encouraged and spoken life.
Say that you look good, like you fine, you looking hot.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be super deep. It's just like, I love you, you're beautiful, and you feed off of that.
Yeah, and you're number 1.
Number 3. What is number 3?
Acts of service. And acts of service is just that you love when someone does something for you or help you with a job, a task. Maybe it's like you're doing the dishes and you always want to do the dishes, and someone else come and say, hey babe, let me do the dishes for you today. And you're like, yeah.
Really?
Acts of service. That's what they say. No, I don't say that.
Oh.
This is an example.
Hey babe.
That's an example.
Hey babe, let me do the dishes.
I don't talk like that, but somebody talks like that out there.
You that's watching.
What's the 4th
number
one?
4 is
Quality time.
quality time.
You can y'all can tell who really read the book and who didn't read the book. But
I just need to take the quiz. Like, I don't need to read the book. I'm just gonna take the quiz and let you know what my love languages are. Quality time, it's pretty self-explanatory. You are someone that needs to be filled up with spending time. Like, your tank starts running on empty if you're not this close. Quality time, Patrick. Let's have quality time.
Actually, that's physical touch.
Oh.
Quality time is just hanging out with the person, hanging out with each other, doing something fun, going on a date, or doing a hobby together, taking a walk in the park.
Sit here and stare at you.
Yeah, sit there, but you could be quality time and still not touch though. So there's still other things.
Probably meaningful time.
Yeah, meaningful time.
It's not just you two sitting together scrolling on your phone.
No.
It's something purposeful
that you're doing together.
Fills your tank together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's
okay, what's
quality
number
time.
5?
I forgot what number 5 was, so I gotta look it up.
Gifts.
Yes.
Gifts. Gift giving.
If you love gifts, you love getting stuff, you love people buying you jewelry, perfume.
Put it in a bag.
Flowers, candy, kicks.
Filling my bag with Gucci, 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 Gucci.
Then you love gifts, and that would be your love language.
Gifts, and you need to make that very clear to the person you are dating or married to.
But those are your 5.
Okay, so what we did last night is we actually took this when we were dating.
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Before we got married. Well, somewhere in between. 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And then last night we were like, we need to retake our love language.
Yeah, it's like, let's take it again. It's been half a decade. Let's do it again.
Oh my gosh.
5 years, half a decade. Yo, we getting there.
We retook it and some things changed.
Yeah. So what changed?
My number 1 was personal touch and quality time. When I retook it, My number one is now words of affirmation, personal touch, then quality time, then acts of service, then gift. I've always loved words of affirmation. I'm an encourager. I love building up people that way. But I didn't realize how much I need it too. Yeah. And then personal touch, I think as females, and Frederick and I had this conversation the other day, is like, I'm not just talking about let's just have sex. Like I need, like, yes, I also need that and want that, but I'm talking about the personal touch of romance. So, I mean, an arm graze, holding hands, coming up behind me. Now,
a little hand rub in your hair or something like that?
No. I want to be touched the way I want to be touched. Like, there's an extreme version.
Just because someone has physical touch as number one doesn't mean that they're going to want, like, you to be smothering them. Like,
yeah, I'm not talking like, that. It's just like a
gravy on a biscuit.
It's more so like there's... okay, I'm grossed out by that. Jelly on a sausage patty.
My top two actually didn't change. Actually, it flipped. They flipped. So the first time I took it, my number one was physical touch. My number two was quality time, which I think was the reverse of hers. Mm-hmm. So we had the same top two, just in different order. But now, I guess my top two flipped. So my quality time, I think, is number one. I think touch was number two. Three was words of affirmation. Four was acts of service, and five was gifts.
So we're very similar.
We're similar in that, and actually that kind of helped us. But usually, a lot of times, it's not. That's not the case.
I think when we first got married, like I just had this like, I don't know. You just see girls like over the top with it and just doing sweet things and thinking of all the, and I just like don't ever think that way. Like I'm more thinking words and conversations and touch and being with like just this, I don't know. So gifts are just a lot, like I'm not thinking about for myself a lot, so I'm really not thinking about it. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna be like the best wife ever and I'm gonna like surprise him with something. Now, let me tell you, if I surprise him with some Yeezys, like, then that is also a separate love language. So I think I'm winning.
That's actually the sixth love language.
There's actually only one gift
kicks.
you care.
That should be a sixth love language. When I figure out who wrote this book, I'm gonna tell you, you need to make an amendment to this book and put a sixth love language, which is kicks.
Exactly. Like I think
shoes
gifts
on
like
shoes on shoes.
Who doesn't want a gift that they wanted? Like I don't think that's what the love languages are saying. I just think it's like that's not something that is like driving you or speaking to your heart, like to show that that person loves you. Like if Frederick gets me the bag of my dreams, I'm like, boom, yeah. But I'm not like, gosh,
it's not touching you. It's not going to hit you down here because
you love me so much, and then you never say anything nice to me. You never touch me, but you just buy me a ton of gifts. Like that's not going to do it for me.
And that's because you're wired more like words of affirmation, like uplifting words, encouraging words.
But that doesn't mean I don't want you to give me that Celine bag.
You want the fancy gifts, but if you were to put weight on it, words. Positive words, encouraging words, words of affirmation mean more to you. Go further along, go further with you than me getting you a gift.
'Cause I can go buy my own bag.
Yeah. She's like, I'm buying my own bag.
Go buy my own bag.
So it's great to help understand that in relationships.
I don't have a Celine bag.
No.
But I want one.
If you want to give her one, go ahead. It's great to know that stuff because then you know how to really speak and connect with your person on that level, and that helps when it's communicating or for them to feel that you love them and you actually doing things to show that you love them. And especially for guys who are like trying to figure out romantic ways to do this stuff, and you're trying to do all this romantic stuff, and you realize in the end you have this big old spread, this whole flowers all over the floor. You got all this stuff going on, and you realize
totally missed the mark.
Yeah, you missed the mark, and you could have just said a lot. You could have wrote a card out and put some cool words in it that's encouraging to say why you love her or how she makes you feel or why you're so happy she's your wife, and that thing could go a longer way than you throwing flowers and all that stuff.
I think the dating guy goes to the extreme. So like when we were dating and I went to go visit him in the Bahamas, he wrote me a letter every single morning because we were staying in separate rooms. Wrote me a letter every single morning and put it
Tell him
up.
what I did. Come on now.
What?
Not to come on.
And put it under my door. So every morning for 5 days, I woke up to these like long, heartfelt letters. Then when he was away and I was back, he wrote me letters in the mail. That like did something in my heart that like shifted. Like, this guy really cares. So I think in marriage you just have to take that same intentionality.
And that wouldn't have mattered to someone that loves gifts, though.
You're like, you better take the pen and paper.
That person that loved gifts, or that person that wanted acts of service would have been like, cool, you wrote me a letter. Cool. Like, I don't think this is great.
That's actually so true.
But help me wash these dishes.
Well, that's
help me fold the laundry.
But that's what I think. Going back to what I originally was going to say about first in marriage is, I'm getting Frederick thinking of these cute little gifts on Valentine's Day and he's just like, cool. And it's just like, what the?
And then, he gets so mad. And she gets so mad at me because of my reaction.
And on your birthday, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do the cake. I'm going to put out all the presents.
She's going to bake this cake she baked from scratch.
Now we just get to the point. I get him the pair of shoes he wants and we move on. I might make a cake because I like baking.
And you know what that's called?
That is it.
That's called years in marriage and you're getting to know your person.
You retaking this test, I'm now finding out like when I want to write him a sweet note. Like, I'd write these sweet notes and leave them out, and it just feels like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It does. No, it does matter. But it doesn't matter as much as the stuff that the quality time. Like me, I like quality time.
What does that mean for you? Like, what would you like me to do?
For me, in quality time, how that works for me, and that could be different for everybody, but for me, it's just honestly just us hanging out. We could be sitting on the couch. We could be playing some Super Mario Brothers. We could be Super Mario Brothers. So we could just be doing. It doesn't even matter what we're doing. We could be walking on a walk. We could be just, as long as we're together, spending time in the same place, then that fills me up. She mentioned this before. She said, I start acting weird when that doesn't happen.
Like when I'm not, we're in quarantine now, but it's kind of lifting.
So I'm loving life.
He's loving life, but like when, I'm probably more someone who might schedule a girlfriend date or go on a coffee date or whatever. But if I have too much jam-packed stuff in there, I can feel that he's
feeling left out.
Wait, is quality time now one of mine? No, it's not.
No. She don't care about. She used to care about quality time. Then apparently we got married. 4 years passed.
Oh, I see.
And the quality time just.
So and then your number 2 is personal touch.
Yeah,
is
my number 2 is personal
like,
touch.
Do you want me like? What is it really?
I mean, for me, personal touch is, like I said, you don't want to be smothered, but you still want to feel the person right there on you, like touching you.
So it's not just
rubbing your back. Sex, of course, it's sex. It's just like back massages. Like just different stuff that your person is there. Like you're walking, maybe rub your back, or they touch your hand, or hit your shoulder. I don't know.
And here's the deal. This is good to know for your friends.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
I have found out all the love language of my friends because at the end of the day, and this is what the point we're getting to, is this is how you want to serve your friends, your family, your spouse,
all your relationships.
All your relationships.
This is very helpful to know these things
This is so helpful because you really could be serving someone based on your own love language. So if mine is words of affirmation, I'm just thinking everyone needs this. This is the way I love. This is the way I want to be loved. We appreciate every love language because we're human and that's how God has created us. And that's how he is as a God and loving, that he touches every one of these needs.
Absolutely.
But I think when someone just really seeing what someone's number 1 is, because like you said, like I have family where quality time and acts of services is like the thing.
Yeah.
So if you come in and clean for them or
help them chop a turkey.
Chopping turkeys,
carve a turkey, whatever you do to turkey.
Like that just really speaks to them. But you could, like, if someone came and chopped your turkey,
you're like,
you're just like, cool, like, great.
Yeah, we're all wired differently, and it's so, if you have an opportunity to even get to know people on a level, to know what their top 2 love languages are, and all your relationships, you have the opportunity to really make a mark in their life in a sense to where they feel like like you really appreciate them. Like they know that you care and you see them for who they are.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think Frederick and I just really want to take it like as we move on and we get out, you know, and it's so easy to be this with your person as you've been in quarantine because like we got nowhere to go.
Stuck.
But why would you say that?
It's a quarantine. You stuck together. If you didn't want to be together, you stuck
like
together.
You.
Ain't nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. So now that we are free birds and we are going to get far away from each other, what we're saying is like how to be intentional as we come out of this and making sure we are keeping each other priority, and then really going, okay, are there some things that I can take off the table and stop stressing myself out? Like, if it's as easy as like you just need more touch, then maybe I don't have to think of the cutesy little bow-tied gifts that I'm stressed out about. So it's just as simple as that. We wanted to share these love languages.
Yeah, because this whole concept really helped us so much in our dating, marriage, relationship, and we feel like there's a lot of people that haven't heard of this before, and because we didn't know about it before we stumbled across it, so we're like, whoa, like this has been one of the things that's really been good for us. So we know that this would be good for you guys out there as well if you haven't done it. And if you've done it a long time ago, it may have changed. If you have
done it, like, let us know how it's helped you. Yeah. This was just, something fun we want to talk about, something fun that we literally did. Yeah. Retook. So, anyways.
As always, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. And if you like this video, we have more coming your way.
Did you already say subscribe?
Yeah. Subscribe!
Anyways, we love sitting down with you guys. We love making these videos, and we just thank you for all y'all's support and encouragement from you guys as y'all leave comments. Comments are so fun to read.
For sure.
So let us know what you would like to see, and we will see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Filling my bag with Gucci, 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 Gucci.